how's everyone doing today? Hope y'all are doing well. We are going to be doing some space engineers building again tonight. I do hope y'all are doing well. Yes, welcome. Yes, definitely. Alright. Pause that music, get the game up and running. That is kind of the intention, more or less, to create at least two different missile variants, at least. I want to try to see if I can't create a smaller, more maneuverable missile for taking out fighters. So, something that'll be very kind of designed for that. The other option is trying to make something very large that would get through pretty much any defenses, like survive most defenses, and hit with enough punch to make sure the ship doesn't continue operations. And those are the current goals. So, let's make sure that those goals get met. That is the goal. Alright. Yeah, that is basically the goal. What is the absolute minimum size one can make a missile? Depends if I want it to be dumbfired. Which one was the... Great, I don't remember... I don't remember which one of these is the world with the test on the ground, so I'll load in Control V2. Dumbfire would be a rocket. Fair enough. So in order for them to work, they need at least a... They would need at least one gyro thrust in all directions, so I think probably about a 2x2 by unknown length. We'll have to figure that one out, but I think at least a 2x2 is probably going to be the smallest form factor. The only way to possibly make it smaller would be doing a cross shape where it has no beams on the in-betweens of the cross, so it goes to a 1x1 and then towards the back widens, sort of like a dart shape. But yeah, we'll figure out what we can do. That is the goal, though. If I wanted to do like a dumb-fired one, it'd just be a matter of explosives in front of a another thing, but yeah. I'm gonna try to make a smaller one, but I don't quite know how well that one's gonna work. It's definitely gonna be a bit more difficult to make smaller, but I'll see what I can do. Yeah, I'm definitely very excited. Yeah, I started thinking about this. If I can make an anti-fighter or dumb, like, better rockets, then I want to be able to also attach those underneath ships. So, okay, this is the one with the on-the-ground building when everything loads in. It's about this way. While having absolute minimal missiles and just spamming them at their usable range would be helpful. Yeah. That is definitely a... Oh, right. I hit all of the stuff. There we go. Alright. So now we just get to go till we reach ground. Gonna line up and just do this. So, while we slowly drift in, yeah, I think the smallest I can do is probably a 2x2 by... I'm not certain on the length. I could probably try to make it, with a 3x3 in the back end, but most of the missile being a 1x1. I can probably make that work. I'd probably use a gyroscope at the front end instead of running explosive at the end, but I'd also need to somehow set up I'd also have to then be able to set up a thing for what the usable blast radius would be and having them blow up at that blast radius, which will be difficult to figure out, but I'm gonna try to figure that stuff out. Because the missiles that I had made were entirely intended to basically intercept a large target and more or less somewhat pierce through a bit. These aren't necessarily piercing missiles that I've made, but they have at least a vague piercing. Let's see, if I go to this, what do I have for... I've just realized how bad I misspelled missiles several different times. I have probably misspelled missiles quite a lot. Alright. Alright, so there's this one. This looks like a 2x2. Alright. Alright, so that's only... This is showing as a 54 block missile. Do I have other basic missiles? Yeah, so someone's made... those are large grid, guided missile bomber. There are a couple of these that I should be able to do. But we'll hopefully figure those out as well. Yeah, I definitely think it'll be interesting to try to create something that's going to be sturdy enough while also being able to have the maneuverability necessary. That's going to be the part that's going to be a bit more difficult for one of my intentions, which might be a longer missile, but it being a 1x1, hopefully looking a little smaller. But yeah, a lot of them also have a lot of setup in terms of launch characteristics, which is one of the parts that I've had a lot of problems with. Would be the fun ones, but yeah, I'll hopefully get everything to work. We're only 13 kilometers away, finally, from the ground. Really should have given the... Actually, now that I think about it, that'd be an interesting thing, is if I changed the speed limiting, because I forget. I forget just how many miles an hour this is. It's about 223 miles an hour. Okay. So, my max speed's basically only 200 miles an hour, which is pretty bad considering I think most World War II aircraft were faster than you can travel in this game. Yeah. Yeah. We're gonna go land and hopefully set everything up correctly. What is the max speed in game? Max speed in game is, for the player, 110 meters a second. For ships, 100 meters a second. So, not very fast at all, unfortunately. Basic and none. Okay. Okay, this is a totally separate world than what I was previously working with. 100 meters a second is roughly 360 kilometers an hour. Yeah. Apparently this is the wrong world, which is upsetting. Because it means that I gotta exit game. Then it means that I'm gonna have to get myself back into space again in this world. Because apparently this is the wrong one. It's so annoying. Yeah. Wasn't the X1 design world? Is it just design world? Was that the one that I needed? Yeah. The other thing I'm gonna hopefully be able to do is once everything kind of gets reasonable, it'll be a lot nicer to be able to actually create some interesting missiles. Because yeah, the other thing I want to do is I might want to try to design one of the basic, um, one of the basic designs that people have had for anti-fighter roles, which would be auto cannons in a smaller hinge. So I might try to do that. Those are a little more challenging to actually make, but yeah, it shouldn't be too difficult. Yeah, hopefully I can. I did also just remember the right way to get characters to locations rather than what I had done. Oh, shoot. What is this? Um, 3. Okay. Okay. Alright then. I guess there was ones that were only that quick. Oh good, this is the right world, I believe. Okay. I'm gonna go to hold F10. Cycle objects. Biggest grids. All of the freaking fighters. Here's the ground base. But ugly French, interwar bomber, and first allied bomber to bomb Berlin. Alright then. Nice. Alright. teleport here. Six. Joking me. It's not. That's a bit annoying. Just make good use of the drill. There we go. I freed myself from the hole. And now, where is my... There's my missile, building area. Alright. Alright. Objects, admin tools. Back over to F6. Not F5. F6. Okay, let's get to be day. Good. And now I get to go build another platform to start doing even more tests on. So we're just gonna make another large platform. Good. Alright. So, the goal for this is going to be to try to create... I think this is going to be the one for... I believe this is going to be the one designed for... where is it? Hydrogen tank. We'll just do this. Okay. Good. I think we're gonna try to design this one for launch from, we're gonna say, I think I'm gonna go with that. We're gonna use the inset connector. Good. We're gonna build it out a little further. Oh, the F-22 is War Thunder. Oh, cool. That's interesting. I assume only on the French one, so I probably would never actually end up playing with it, because I think I've only ever played the American ships. Oh, we're just gonna small inset connector. Do that. Alright. And I think what I'm gonna do is I'm going to do some French work to get it, get to it, depending on where it is on the tree. Yeah. I think we're gonna go. I'm gonna just quickly do this. Do this. Then I think what I'll do is okay. I think what I'm gonna do then is I'm then going to run. I want this to be the anti-fighter one, so I think we'll go dual gyroscopes. And then in front of the gyroscopes, where are my batteries? Well, I need at least, I think, one timer block. On grid. The back end will be I'll actually make good use of the sci-fi hydrogens, because I think they look cool. There. So I think we're gonna go run a design on this, basically doing that. I don't think I'm gonna need it to present itself a little further forward, so I should then be able to, if I find where I have everything placed again, timer block, automation, event controller. Right, I think I do need a few event controllers. In this stripped down version, I think I have 2 event controllers. Is that right? Is that how many I need for this? Right, that's the... I should only need technically 1. Yeah, we might be able to do a little bit of that, depending on how quickly I design missiles. Right. Okay, so I can place that there. Then I need not only the flight move, the flight offensive combat, which has no directionals. AI basic. Oh, flight move, so that's right. Left and forward, good, so that's right. And then what I would need is the final bit would be a warhead. In theory, I think this should work. The fun part will be trying to design the rest of it, because, yeah, there's gonna be quite some work. I need to remember how all these need to be set up. So if I come over to this one, let's see, so the connector check. Oh, it's the second bomber you can get for the French. Okay. I don't know if it's gonna be any good, but set of actions. Right. So this is enable auto on the battery. Toggle the connector off. Stockpile off. Merge block off. Gyros on. Timer block engage start. Toggle the thrusters on. Override on. Turn off. Okay. Okay. So if I was to come over here and was to try to set this up correctly, which thruster you use? UD, there we go. Okay. So if I go do this, we'll just say over. Good. So the event controller, I'll just call it check. Check, there we go. Connector connected. Does range 1.7. engine heavy bomber with 3 single. That 50 kilogram bomb sound good? I don't know. I've only ever really messed with the American tech tree. Oh. Yep. Alright. Yeah, I've pretty much only ever really messed with the American tech tree and only ever basically the single engine bombers. So I have no idea. So you are gonna set to recharge, tank, set to stockpile. And then if I AI flight move, AI behavior on, block off, on, block off. Speed limit max. Min altitude 4 meters, align to gravity, sure. Defensive combat, attack enemies. Target priority smallest. Target search interval 10 seconds. Threatened subsystem, we'll say propulsion, I guess. Attack pattern, intercept. We'll do basic again. Well, actually, no. We'll want target prediction. Override, yes. Okay. Okay. And then what I gotta do is I've gotta come over back to you. Add the block. Okay, set up actions. So where was it? Small battery, auto on, enable auto. Hydrogen tank, stockpile off. Vector miss off. I'm gonna assume it's merge block 2 off. I think the AI blocks get turned on by the other thing. Right, I need all of these to be thrust, save, good, and then set of actions, groups, thrust on, over, set override percentage 100, good, timer blocks, start. I think that's what I need there. Let me double check. Because the idea is to basically take this and make it look smaller. Hopefully. So we need you. Actions 1. Batteries. Connector. That, yes. that. Okay. Right, I needed to turn on gyroscopes. Okay, connectors, the thrusters. Okay. So I think I just needed to turn on the gyroscopes. And gyro. Alright, if I go over to this. No. Okay. Groups, gyro, on. Gyro's off, thrusters off, override set. Okay. Okay. And then I believe the timer block. Delay, set of actions. I believe it's just AI offensive combat. Toggle on, move on, and groups over, override percentage 0. Okay. I believe that should be working, so if I just control C. And I just did this. That did not work. Okay, why did that not work? Event controller check. Connector connected. Miss. Is disconnected. Okay. Oh. You're still set to recharge. So I need you to be put on auto. Output action. That should have disconnected it. Why did it not disconnect it? I don't get this. Why are you not working? Off and off. Event controller. When connected, when disconnected. Okay, so that should be activating slot number 2. Let me... I see. Try to catch up to you. Okay. So it just was, for some reason, still connected that way. Alright. But that does seem to be working. So this works. In theory. Let me try to freaking get, there we go. Oh, why do you... Dang it, this is so difficult to do. I can't do all of this. Okay, I deactivated it and... There we go. Okay. I figured out why it wasn't working. I just need to reset some things, turn off a few other things, and then I should be able to start the process of armoring this thing. And of course, throwing in a couple more armaments, so then this hopefully can hit a bit stronger. And then, of course, I need to set up all of the other stuff, but it'll be fun. Then I get to try to work on the large missile. Or switch over to War Thunder, whichever one is done first. The... Good. Lock. Okay. Okay. Where are my missile things? And there it is. Okay. Now, I think if I Control C this time, and I do a unlock. Now, why is it still small battery, auto? Okay. I see. I need to keep the turret on. My bad. So I need to keep the battery on. Yeah, I'm not particularly great at War Thunder, and it might be a little laggy, so I don't know if I'll try to do it. Though I might. I'm still not entirely positive. Alright, I'm going... Oh, I know why this is not working. This thing has no power. Now if I disconnected it, it would work just fine. The big thing needs the power. Right. Okay. Now in theory, if I wanted to maybe add in an extra gyroscope, I think the next thing I'm going to need to do is test this thing out with a... I guess we'll set up a minute-long thing. And then fly around in a fighter and see whether it can track me. I guess is probably going to be the goal, so... Yeah, I'm gonna go quickly. Right. Gyro. Save. Perfect. Now that other gyroscope has been added. This is only a one explosive and is not set to actually explode yet, but that should be what I need done. I'm just gonna go quickly add in a timer block. This timer block 2, we'll set it up for probably a minute 30. Setup actions. Small inset connector. Switch lock. There we go. So, 0. F10. I need to spawn in a fighter. I think we'll use my own design of a fighter just so that I can keep with my own designs and them being in relation to each other, though I think I will use this heavy fighter design. Because as long as it can hit a freaking heavy fighter, it should be good, and this thing has no weapons directly. So, okay. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go start. All of this. Shit. Shit. There we go. Okay. I need to remember, apparently, not to do the, to not do the cockpit. Good to know. There it is. Alright. We'll just make use of the smaller one. I will have to make sure that, yeah, I'm gonna make this preset up, so control panel, weapons off. Alright, there we go. Alright, perfect. So I'll be able to access this again. I'm gonna go verify that the timing is... and reset, good start. At a minute. Alright. See. Okay. Alrighty. This will be a good test bed for the missile. Which should launch soon-ish. Alrighty. It did launch, right? Please don't tell me I dodged it without realizing it. It's not yet launched. The minute's gone by, right? I think the minute's gone by already. fly for an extra minute just to be safe, but 90% certain that it's already gone by and that it failed to launch right. And then I will check what was shown in the disk. Oh, no. Okay. How good does it do at, I'm going fairly slow, and I am barely able to dodge it. I have no idea where it ended up again, so... did I lose the missile already? Did it detonate? I have a feeling it detonated. Okay. I guess it's not as good as I would like. This is my smallest of my designs, so it not hitting is not exactly unassuming. At the very least, if you launch like 3 of these things, it'll probably keep the person doing that. Shit, I never copied it. Quick load, and while that loads, I can, oh. Okay, I can check this thing. What was sent in the... Come on, load, please. We're doing the Macarena. Nightmare. Okay, I don't quite understand this, but alright. Okay. Yeah, I think it'll be pretty interesting once it's finished. Yeah. I think it'll be very good once this finishes. Yeah. The imagination of professors closing in on someone in a cosmic horror level nightmare, if ever there was. More so, dancing the Macarena. I don't. I would be more confused by that than scared. I'll be honest. Though, to be fair, I've also never had pretty much any cooling with anyone higher than a frickin' anything else. So, who knows? Maybe that's just me being, yeah, absolutely not caring. Okay. Control C. Good. fuck? What was that? Okay, I don't know where those things launch from, but, I would like to get out of the way so that if those do hit, that doesn't absolutely decimate everything else in my area. Now, that would be nice. Right. Whew. Okay. I think I think the next thing that I'm gonna want to work on is probably gonna end up being probably close to a large scale torpedo with. Do I want to do a? I'm trying to think if I want to do a spread out design or whether I want whether I'm going to want the design of the torpedo type thing to be a cross explosive or whether I want to do more of a penetrative explosive. If I do a penetrative explosive, the idea would be to make it very heavy in the front, get through the ship, and then detonate, basically creating a penetrative warhead, sort of like a standard HE shell, but I am uncertain. Which, honestly, that is one thing that this game unfortunately lacks is any sort of shell with an APHE, where it goes into the ship and then explodes. In case that thing gets shot again. It did. Well, at least this time nothing important blew up. Now what launched those? Those were armored versions, so what launched those? I mean, these are currently triggered. Despite not being let go of, those are still currently triggered. And I don't see any other of these that were supposed to have launched, or that show signs of launching. So I'm not quite certain where those things launched from. Although I do now have to clean up some of the mess. Oh wait, let me quickly turn this off. Override off. Hinge. Reverse. There we go. Now they should be back on the under control. Okay. So, this thing, I'm gonna try to give it potentially more maneuverableness by adding in some more thrusters, though by adding in the more thrusters, it will probably cut its range. But with this, I'll also extend its length slightly so that this thing will hopefully not look stupid. So, I think I'm gonna get rid of that real quick. And I'm going to add in an extra one of these. Throwing in the gyroscope again. And then I need to go throw in a sensor. Which I'm going to launch as the back end. There is no good spot to hit one of these on the back end. That's lovely. Okay, so if I want this to actually sit anywhere, I'm going to have to connect it like at the end. So I guess it's time that I start adding armor plating to the dang thing. So we're just gonna throw half blocks forward. And basically do this. Then throw you. Now where the frick's the place I can throw the sensors? Just so then this thing will actually arm and detonate when close enough to a vehicle. Oh good, I get 2 clips out of this weird glitch when I launch the world. Okay. Good. And then we'll just do this. At the very least, this will hopefully allow it to survive some attack. Alright, I do now need to, let's throw in these. Good. If I come over here, info, sensor field range, roll, animation sensor. Before I set this up, I need to do a quick test. Just more or less create a block of these. Hopefully this will be big enough. I might make it a lot bigger just to be safe. Alright. Good. Enough. Good enough for the job at hand. I just need to see how large the explosion radius is of this. Warhead, start the countdown. I need to see how wide the explosion is on an unguided warhead. Oh, right, I should probably control C. That vaporized the entire thing. This isn't counting down, right? Okay. Back up to 10 seconds real quick. I now need to heavily increase the size of this. So we're going to expand this by an extra 5 in that direction and this many in this direction, and shit. Let's disconnect you. All right. Control C. Okay, surely this will survive this time. Okay, I can now find roughly how big this area is and get a good idea from here. This is about 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24. So probably about a 5 by 5 grid square, right? We'll say 5 meter by 5 meter. I think should be enough. Automation sensor. Show an odd, yes. Yeah, I'm pretty happy with the 5 meter range. That's about 5 blocks or about the 25, so pretty okay with that. Automation sensor, 5 by 5 by 5. Small ships on, large ships, yes. Players off. Here be alright. Good. Detect friendly off, detect owner off. Oh, dang it. And there they go. Get rid of them. Okay, good. Stations, I guess. And subgrids off. Alright. So now I just need to set this up. We'll actually decrease this by we'll set this up to okay. We'll just make sure that all this is set up to 4. Alright. And then set up actions. Upon detection, warhead detonates. scenario. So upon getting within 4 meters of a ship, this will detonate. Perfect. Upon 4 meters of an enemy, these things should just boom. Which I will actually set up for timer block 1. Automation sensor, toggle the block on. Perfect. So after 3 seconds after launch, that will detonate. Okay. Alrighty. And time of day offset, fix that. Come over to this, Control C. Good. V. Good. Alright. F10. Light. Oh god. Light fighter. On you in. Alright. Auto turrets. Good. Off. Good. Here we are. Back. Alright. Just in time for me to run a test. I don't need a 93-second delay, so I'm gonna go quickly to you. We're gonna switch you to 30-second delay. Start. Alright. We're gonna run a quick test with this thing. I did the, hopefully the thing now will burst, detonate if around, so it should have a sort of proximity fuse now. So I want to test the effectiveness of proximity fuse. Alright, so let's see if we can't... Oh, why did that air burst? What did that burst against? That looks like that prematurely detonated. I'm going to assume it detonated on trash at the ground. So we're gonna quickly stop this thing. Good. Where the frick's my base? Down here. Okay. So I'm gonna quickly delete that version. Control C. Good. I think we'll quickly shrink its distance by setting you to 2. Good. Yeah, alright, I also want to set the sensor not to detect neutrals. Oh, it's not detecting neutrals, it's only detecting that. It just must have hit the ground. Alright. Oh, I'm just gonna quickly C, copy, delete this version, V. That way that'll actually fire upward a bit. Good. And I will delete the old version. Alrighty, let's set the timer again. Good. 33 seconds. Alright. Hopefully this time it locks onto me and does not detonate against either the ground or an old piece of equipment on the floor. Because the bit is you don't really slow down until you start maneuvering. Okay, I want to be looking... Alright... I just want to test its ability to detonate. Oh, there it is. I see the missile, I think. Oh, shit. It did not detonate. Is it gonna be able to turn around before colliding with that? It hit the mountain. Did it detonate that time? No. Okay, I'm gonna stand still and see if it detonates this time. Did it run out of fuel? It ran out of fuel. Fuck. Okay, they did not detonate. Again. I really need this to actually work because these are very not likely to hit anything about as small as my vehicle right here. And given that I think probably a good chunk of fighters are going to be running a probable fairly similar design. Okay, let's try to do some more adjustments. Okay. Okay, you're currently off. It was showing the right amount. Set of actions. Upon detection, detonate the warhead. Does that mean these need to be armed before they detonate? They do need to be armed before they detonate. Okay. Then what I'll do is I'll quickly run over to timer block U, set up warhead, arm warhead on, warhead 2. arm warhead on. Okay, that's what the problem was. They weren't armed yet. Control C. Okay. Good. I'll fully set everything else up soon, but I want to make sure that this actually works. So, I'm gonna start flying away. I just want to make sure that when this thing detonates, it'll actually detonate. Because I don't really want to deal with a missile that just kind of misses. They already aren't exactly going to be the most maneuverable. Alright, let's see. We're about 2 kilometers. It should have already fired by now. The other bit is that they're very hard to spot being so small. There it is. Okay. Did that run into the ground and detonate? Oh, nope, it didn't detonate. Okay. Okay, it missed. Okay. I'm going fairly slow. Okay. I don't know how much. Does it have any more, or is it gonna just fall to the ground now? It fell to the ground. Oh. Yeah, it just fell to the ground. Alright. So, I'm going to probably try to turn off maybe target prediction. And we'll try again. There we go. One more time. Eventually I'll get this right and it will no longer be needed and I can use these for whatever I want to use these things for. And then I can get to work on the big thing. Good. It is still angled up. Alright. Offensive. Basic. No target prediction. Okay. Control C. That does still have the two. Yes. Okay. Perfect. So we'll just quickly get rid of the old one. We'll just put another one of these up. Good. All right. And just a little bit more of a test. So hopefully with the target prediction off, it'll hopefully try to go where I am rather than where I was. And hopefully that'll work a little bit better for this. Because I noticed what was happening was that if I started to slow down or speed up, it failed to assess where I was. All right. Because, yeah, I just want to make sure that this thing can actually hit me. Okay. Oh, there it is. Oh, that missed by a drastic margin. Very slow. Okay. It undershot, and I think it's gonna die now. Yep, it died. Okay, target prediction gets to be turned back on. That was awful. Okay. Alright. Okay. Roll panel. You. Target prediction. Target search interval will switch back to what? Maybe 5 seconds? Just want to test the ability of these missiles. So far, they're not great against very small maneuverable craft, which is kind of bad because that's exactly what these are designed for. To intercept small maneuverable craft. Particularly things like what I'm flying now. Good. Maybe I just fly a little too erratically, but I don't know. Come on. I just want this thing to barely miss. Right? Dang it. Damn it. Is it going to be able to get to me before it runs out of fuel again? Damn it. Ran out of fuel again. Okay. Good. Okay. So I'm going to attempt this with one of my other ships that's a bit bigger than. Because apparently something that small is just going to be not good at targeting with this. So I think we'll work with the heavy fighter design. Very slow, not maneuverable whatsoever. Control panel. I need to go find it. Transfer to Space Pirates. Yes. Perfect. Alright. We're gonna try this one more time with a thicker vessel. Delete the old. Copy the new, because I spawned in a new vehicle without making sure I had a copy of the previous design and the previous adjustments. So now I gotta go fix this. These don't have the... That's the wrong timer block. Okay, these do have that at least, right? So I think all I gotta do is switch you back to the 5 seconds. Guidance, target prediction, good. Okay. We'll see. And then we just adjust the number here. Oh. So we're even giving myself a little less time to hopefully pick up some speed. B. This thing's a bit bigger, so hopefully it'll explode better. It's a lot more maneuverable than I thought it was. Come on, please. Intercept the vehicle. Is the only goal of this stupid thing is to get the intercept. Did it blow up? Did I somehow dodge it without realizing I did? Wasn't even the intention, dang it. Okay. Okay, we're gonna try this one last time. Because there seriously has to be one of these that'll hit, and if not, then what I'll do is I'll just try to add like 5 of these missiles to a launcher or something of a similar design, because at this point I'm just tired of this thing missing. 23 seconds, start. I just need you to track the thing. Okay. Alright. Just need it to explode near me so I can demonstrate its actual ability to explode near a target. But apparently, exploding near a target is not optional. I don't get to do that, apparently. Okay. Keep the movement at around this speed. Okay, come on, please intercept it. Oh, yay! It worked! What did it hit? Are you kidding me? It finally blew up and it did no damage? You gotta be kidding me. Okay, you know what? Fuck it. I'm leaving it just sitting where it is. And I'm launching 2 of these. Okay, this apparently is not working as well as I thought it would. And it's now really annoying. So you get to go away. Okay. Now what I'm gonna do. 30 seconds start. Okay. Now I'm going to get close to the vehicle again. Luckily, I fly faster than the warheads do. Apparently, this is just not going to work. Okay. There we go. There's some damage. It's now moving in a predictable manner. Can the second one actually launch and target? Where's the second one? It's going to hit the ground and then it's going to hit, isn't it? No, it missed. You freaking missed. And you blew up on the floor. At least one of you freaking hit. Well, this is fairly easy to freaking not have that happen. Yeah. I mean, I guess it worked. But those are awful. I'll have to work on those later. Okay, let's see. Let me clear some of the debris. So many of these are freaking filled with the other design of missiles. Oh god. Somehow this one is really an old design. There's so many of these pits. Alright, alright. I'm gonna go get rid of these 2, and then we're going to start work on a... We're gonna start work on a larger version. Let me... There we go. Okay. So now we're gonna work on a much larger missile. This one's going to be about 1 large block in scale. So, yeah. It will still be connected via merge block, although I will use 2 of these on its stack. Let me just quickly throw a battery on here. Okay. We're gonna use inset connector. Merge block. And then inside connector. Now we're going to run a standard connector. Okay. Here we are. Perfect. And then it'll be time to switch on over to, I'm going to make good use out of, I think, I'm going to make good use of a conveyor converter, because this is going to be at the very back end of this. And this is going to use one of these. One sci-fi thruster, which is 3x3. I'm also going to probably use this. Actually, no, we're gonna run these like this. You, and you. Do two of these. If it's fuel. Good. Run a conveyor T just to connect everything. At the edge of the T, we're gonna run this. The 3 maneuvering thrusters. Hopefully this will hopefully all work correctly, but we'll see. All right, and then what we're gonna do, at least what I'm gonna do, is I'm gonna grab the corners here. We're gonna make little ears on every corner. And we're gonna run forward by quite a bit. Oh, excuse me. Good. Yeah, I don't like that very much. So we're just gonna disconnect it. And just delete you. All right. And then what I'm gonna do instead of doing that is I think I'm gonna run blocks like this. And then what I'll do is I think I'll run I think we're gonna run these facing forward. balance being this. Where's explosives? Warhead. Oh, good. Right. This does now have power. That's perfect. Yeah, we'll go this large of a warhead spike. Actually, yeah, we'll do a 6 long warhead spike. And we'll do very similar to the smaller version, just bigger. So, yeah, a bit bigger, just a tad. Okay. All of these should be separate, so I should be able to quickly switch all of these to, I believe it should be positive direction movement. Yep. So lower limit is going to be set on all of these. Where's my freaking connection point? Do I not have an access point to this thing yet? Okay, fine. For you, lower limit 0, upper limit 90. Velocity, we'll say -10. Perfect. And we will share inertial tensors. Reverse. I like that look. This thing is going to become a very dangerous piece of kit when it expands like this. The other fun bit is going to be the rest of this experimental tip area, which will be primarily going to be one more of these. Then I want a bit more of a penetrative area, so we're going to make use of this. Really? Oh, there we go. Good. And that should launch whatever is connected to this. Primarily, semi-longer pieces of this. Which should hopefully launch into the ship. And then, of course, we're gonna run a area of heavy armor. Where the frick is my heavy armor in this map? Apparently not pretty much anywhere. Good. We're gonna do this. Gonna do this. Gonna do that. Alright. 0. We're gonna... 0. We're gonna get them over here. Control panel. Hinges. Reverse. Okay. And actually cut down the length of this by a little bit, so that's what we're gonna do. Good. Okay. You. I think it'll actually be better to use these corners. because they have no connection points behind them. Alright, perfect. Then we just switch over to the standard blast doors. Good. Good. I'm pretty happy with this design so far. This is going to be quite the behemoth of a missile. Alright, and then what we're going to do is I'm going to run a heavy armor ring. Where we're going to then make the explosive head of the missile. Where's the fucking explosives? There they are. A good old explosive head. And then, of course, running in the center of the explosive head, a timer, which will be set up to detonate this last bunch of missiles. So, perfect. And then all I gotta do is run over to this back end and throw in the other components of the missile. Such as throwing in four of these. We'll need one timer block, one event controller, and then we need battery, and then in this last section, I believe it needs those AI blocks. AI flight move. And AI offensive combat. And then I think I need one more sensor, and that'll be about it. Do I actually need the other sensor? I think not. I think I'll add the other sensor right here. There we are. So that front sensor, I will have as the sensor for the detonation. So if I let's go find you, flight move, behavior on, you off, off, on, oh wait, no, off. Attack enemies, priority largest. Search interval, about 10 seconds. We will go with the power systems again. These will be set to intercept, basic. Move will be set up on speed limit maximum, good. Sensor 1. And I just need to worry about front extent, which I'm gonna want probably 20 meters ahead of you. Set up actions. Oh wait, I need the hinges to be in a group. Hinge That's fine. First sensor, set of actions, group, hinge. A trigger upon detection, reverse. And then you only detect, do not detect players, detect large ships and stations. Don't proximity alert, do not detect owner, friendly. Do not detect neutral, only enemy, good. Sensor 2, which we will also have the front extend by, we'll say, U, which will be set to arm every warhead. Whoa. Oh, that'll be fine. Okay, so U, set of actions, groups, war. Upon detonation, arm warhead on. Perfect. Yeah, and then I think I'm going to take the hinge speed. I think I'm gonna go make this -20, so that doubles the speed at which it flings itself open. Good. Okay. U. Gyro. Good. Then I just need all these. I need the last 4 batteries. Battery. Good. Good. The small connector, which I believe is the one that's on the ship. Miss. Good. I believe it doesn't matter which one those are. I think it's 2. Miss. Good. Okay. What we're gonna do is I'm going to run. I just need to set up event controller. Connected. Connector miss. Add. Set up the actions. All right. I also need to set up the thrusters. So. Thrust. Over. Good. Okay. Control panel. Now, if I go over to the event controller, set of actions, you will be set up to take groups, the batteries. When disconnected, enable auto. 2 gyros, toggle on. 3 rust on. 4 override percentage 100. 5. That's that gyros, batteries. Oh, I need to set up all of the tanks. Small hydrogen tanks, good. Groups. Hydro. Okay. Stockpile on. Where is the freaking Then controller, actions, 5 groups. Hider, stockpile off. 6 will be timer start. For timers, there it is. Timer, start, good. And right, then I need to go to 7. Connector miss. Did I already do connector miss? No, I have not. So you connector miss. Unlock. Or no. Off. 8. Merge block. Off. Okay, then I just need to run over to the timer block. Set up the actions. AI flight move. Log on. Combat on. Groups. Over. Override percentage. 0. Enter. Confirm. Okay. Now, in theory, this should work. Control C. Now, I'm going to go give this a test. In theory, this should work. So, we'll go to, we'll say, a kilometer out, U. We'll use the... Is he... There it is. Stellar class. B. Rotate you back around. Good. All right. I think what I'll do is I'll run a couple more smaller scale tests. More or less just going over to this. Turrets all off. All of this, transfer to space pirates. Good. Alright. Now, hopefully, this should work when I set up this thruster to do what it's supposed to do. Control C. We're gonna set up the timer block for the engaging. Alright. Where is timer 2? Timer 2. Action. Connector. Unlock. There we go. 0. Start. Control C. Okay. That did not work. Oh, that's because it got rid of the fricking... That's really annoying. Okay. Over, off, thrust, off. Okay. Those need to be part of that. Hydro, good. Stockpile, good. Batteries are fine. Okay. Okay. Control panel. Arm block 3. Set up the action. Inside connector. Inside connector. Unlock. Okay. Okay. Control Z. 0. Okay, so this should in theory work, and I should in theory go with it. Right? No! That did not work at all. Okay, I'm going to re-add that, redo this. Thrust off. Good. Okay. Gyros off. Okay. Nectar lock. Arm block 2. Set up the action of unlocking. Okay. And then what I'll do is I'll go over to these hinges. We're gonna set the lower limit to be 2 degrees. Up their torque and do not share the initial tensor. Control C. Control Z. Okay, that apparently disconnected that, but this is flying right, so... Okay. Okay, at the very least, some of that's working. Although it does need a bit more. Okay, please. The explosives did not end up detonating. I can easily see what would happen if I wanted to, if they did detonate properly. Or they did not arm correctly. Okay, that's good to note. Okay, so how big of an explosion does that actually create? And kaboom in. Why are you not kabooming? Oh, there it went kaboom. Yeah, it didn't arm, so I need to extend those the other way, and it needs probably a little bit more thrust to get moving. Hopefully it doesn't just automatically launch. They don't quite know why that happened. Okay. So the rest of that looks okay. It does need some more down thrust, so I think I'm going to do what I can. I will have to add these into the thrust amount, but we'll add one more thruster in each direction. Rust. Save. Good. Okay. All right, and then I need to switch over to looking at the timers, the sensors. We're gonna mark you to 25 for the arming sensor. And we're gonna go for 40 for the other sensor. And then we're going to switch the for the closer target. We're gonna switch you back to 3 seconds. Okay. Control C. Start. Control Z. Well, that removes one thruster, but that's too bad. Okay. Good. All right. Perfect. Yes. That wasn't quite it. I think it still needs longer for its other thing, but everything detonated, so that length is good. Okay. So at least that length is good. The time to expand needs to be a bit more. And then I think I'm going to run a outside cover to the initial explosives. Good. Okay. Control panel. Let's go over automated sensor 1. All the way to 50. And then what we're gonna do is we're just gonna throw... I'm just gonna throw 2 layers of heavy armor. That's not supposed to be able to do that. Okay. So that should at least work as the penetrator. Why did that sense me? Sensor 2. Oh, because I didn't set up sensor 2 correctly. That would explain it. You are to detect large ships, stations. Good. You are not to detect owner, friendly, or neutral. Perfect. Okay. There we go. And yeah, you are arming the warheads, which I will quickly disarm. Disarm. There we go. Okay. And now we're going to Control C again. Control Z. Okay. It's a little downward facing, which is not great. Hopefully it doesn't collide with the ground. 1, 2, 3. There we go. Okay. Okay, so we want a little bit further back. All right, it should open up about now. Okay. That's closer to what I wanted it to do. It's not quite, but it has now royally fucked up a good chunk of this thing. To the extent that I'm going to spawn in a new one. After deleting this one. Going in, making sure that I have a spawned in version of the missile. Before I do that, and so I don't make any errors like I am oft to do. V. Okay, and then we're gonna come over here, V. Throwing another of these here. I'm actually going to delete that one. V, and type it back a little. There we go. Alright. And then we go fly, add in another of those, and then I think what I need to do is I need to increase the speed of the opening to probably 45. Alright, 1.2, 10. Bottom here. Okay. And then we'll do probably maybe 1 or 2. Yeah, you know what? We'll do the other thing later. Yeah, we'll do some War Thunder a different day. I think we might do some War Thunder on a different day. I'm really enjoying trying to design missiles right now, so finish that. Because I do also remember that we do have some other stuff working at the moment. Control panel. Turret all off. Everything. Pirates. Yes. Okay. Good. Alright. Don't forget, yeah. Right. I also need to get to that at some point. Yeah, for this version, I'm going to increase the hinge. We're going to set you up to a -50. I want these to also started right. I also got to actually hop in that game again. There's a lot of games I need to get back to. Alright. Oh, what we're gonna do is we're now going to start, Control Z. Good. Alright. So I want to be behind the missile. That way I can really see how all this does. Good, good, good. Open. Ah. That time it did not penetrate. Okay. Hmm. Let's see. What else can I then do since that one didn't penetrate? Delete that one. Delete that one. Don't like that angle. Good. So I need this to penetrate a little bit. I need this to go more into the vehicle. Maintain more speed. I think what I'm going to do is I think I'm going to get rid of some of this nose cone. Yeah. Alright, we'll try this version. Z. What was the other thing I changed? Right. So you should be, yes. Right, it was the hinge speed. I needed to fix the hinge speed. -50, good. Okay. Okay. And the other thing I'm gonna do is I think I'm going to add just a tiny bit more to the front warhead. All right. We'll just quickly adjust you. These are W, A, capital R. There we are. Okay. Control C. Start. Okay, we'll try this last variant. Well, I'm trying to remember exactly how long the... Because I know that there were still videos that I needed to react to. I did not get to the chase cam. My bad. Okay. I mean, it's done some damage, but it's not pierced as well as I would like. Let's see. I think... I want to try this with maybe the B60 Bulk Freighter. This is much, much smaller than the regular ship. Turret top. Turn the block off. The only weapon... Yeah, the only weapon... Transfer to Space Pirates, yes. Okay. So I'm going to launch one more time. And then we'll see what I can do. Yeah, we'll launch one more time. Shit, I just realized what I did. see. Good. So this one does not have the shortened nose or the extra. Okay. Here's the other thing I might do is I might just quickly add that and then try this. Maybe set it up so that the first one explodes, then... Alright, we'll go with that. We'll see if that helps. Okay, control panel. All of you. Good. We've all fixed the war button. Hinge. -50. Good. Okay. Front extend. Front extend. Good. Okay. I think this should be the extent of this. 0. Control C. Start. Control Z. There we are. Okay. Alright, let's see. Does this work? Okay. Boom. Let's see. I do against the freighter. They still aren't nearly as devastating as I thought they would be. Alright, let me quickly do one thing real quick. Check something. This. Go. Okay. How long was this? Okay, so we still had probably about 20 or so minutes of that. Okay. Trying to see how long the reactions were gonna be. Alright. Back over to the live screen. Alright. So... I'm not so certain about this missile. Honestly, I feel like the smaller missiles are doing just as much, if not more, damage. So, I don't know. I think I might give up on the missiles for now. The smaller ones don't seem to be doing too good. Yeah, I think I might take a quick break for a small bit. We can then get to the reactions. I think we'll do Are there any more things you want me to react to than the last batch that you sent, Naresh? Because then I might do the reactions, and then if I feel like we have a bit more time, I might do some War Thunder. So, yeah, I'm gonna take a quick break real quick. That is, I gotta go to the bathroom. Alright, I'll be right back. I'm back. We're gonna do. Yes. I'm gonna go move over to the avatar screen real quick. Yeah, I'm very excited. I do. Yeah, we'll finish off that. I think what we had remaining was some Arknights videos. Then that bracket with the Johnson stuff in it, the Caveman Johnson. So go do that. Live. Okay. So this is retracing our steps, event tree teaser. Ooh. Alright. Wash hand, BRB. Okay. This seems familiar. Oh yeah. This does feel familiar. Is this an English version of this? I think this might be what this might be. Though I don't know if there was any language in it. Alright. Have I seen this one before, or is it just very similar to one that I've seen before? This looks very familiar. Alright. I think you saw when it was part of a... Okay, yeah, that makes sense. That's what I had thought. All right. And then we'll move on to the next one. Apparently this is only
発説に左右
56.
イエラグに訪れた苦難この一手導きとなるのがアークナイツ星山降臨1101私は何をも惜しまない
Oh yeah, that was an interesting little short bit. We then have another of these. future that is yet to come. And let not yourself be arrogant. Clutch your bows and arrows, pickaxes, and those strikes. Oh, heed these words. Oh, indeed, God will protect you. Vigilant against false clouds. What made your good, what made God's way. Oh, two. Never promised a home free from hardship. We must find the path we walk.
Set the trap. And wait. Nothing exists independently of us. Rather, we observe and change everything. Amidst the undying winds of the snow realm and the unending fall of snow, Kremenix of Yerag now stands before you.
The stunning potential. I choose to believe. Keep a little more slave. Okay. Then see people standing here.
It has been quite a while. The land teems with misfortune, but neither Yerag nor Rhodes Island have fallen to the floor just yet. Are you ready? I, Silver Ash, have...
So this is the third, Yerag, I don't think that's how it said, I don't know how that KG is supposed to end up being pronounced event, and it finally explains in full the major aspects behind the nation, along with their now unburdened place on the world stage.
joined your cause as a sworn ally.
Okay. 5 seconds here.
But neither Yerag nor Rhodes Island have fallen to the floor just yet. Are you ready? I, Silver Ash, have joined your cause as a sworn ally.
Kind of, not necessarily pronouncing K, but it's a K, not necessarily, but Yerag. Very interesting. Yeah.
This is a story from 2 centuries ago. The past of a Teresa from Terra. Yet, if one were to imagine a travel companion.
Earlier opening hours. You're the boss. Lapland and her merry pack of wolves. I saw your name.
Alright. Very interesting. Alright. Then we get to the last one. This one is Silver Ash, the Rainfrost.
After profiting from his extraction of Yerag's natural resources, Inciotus's forest of steel began to spread, monopolizing much of the local government, economy, and religion. This scheming dictator holds absolute power over this nation of faith.
Wait! This is all wrong! It's complete nonsense! My brother might look fierce, but he's actually not such a bad guy.
Okay, then.
He's just the chairman of Carlin Trade. His main job is managing the company
Interesting.
and making sure it runs smoothly.
Okay.
To be more precise, when he's not in a meeting, he's cooped up in his office looking at reports. Carlin Trade is involved in all sorts of industries nowadays, which means my brother needs to be familiar with everything in Yereg, big and small. Now I'm curious. When did he learn to raise stock beasts? Well, he probably enjoys doing all that stuff. Even when he was little, he would always act like an adult, since he felt like he had to take responsibility for everything to do with our family. Can you imagine? A 10-year-old kid saying something like, "As the future patriarch of Clan Silverash, I must protect..."
Alright.
Until the day the parents got on that train and never came back. The responsibility we thought he was joking about really did fall onto his shoulders.
Interesting.
I
Yeah.
remember how he looked completely
I think I've
different
seen this.
when he came back from Victoria.
Yeah, this definitely was.
Enceotis,
Yeah.
Anya,
Okay.
when will the two of you come home and just talk to each other?
Yeah. Okay, yeah, I do remember this story. So yeah, I do think that it would have been several months ago now.
I know a lot's happened in Yereg these past few years, and there's plenty of headaches to think about. The Tri-Clan Council, Vinebead Court, and that scary old Victorian lady. But the truth is, my brother never changed. He's still the patriarch of Clan Silverash who wants to protect everyone. But Yerek's so big, how's he supposed to look after it all?
And there they go. Yep.
Maybe someone should help him shoulder the burden,
Alright.
even if it's just a little. Enceotis. I never knew this coat was so heavy.
Alright. And then we got one more of the Arknights ones, and then it's all the kind of less focused ones. Paths in the snow. This is very interesting. This is very interesting. There's a lot of things of visual interest. Certain elements of the how certain colors are working together, like that purple and blue when you swing the sword. Very interesting. Very interesting. Shut up. Back one. There we go. All right. That was Very interesting.
Only...
All right then. Okay then. Okay. Okay then. All right.
Welcome, gentlemen, to Aperture Science. Astronauts,
Give
war
Guts and
heroes,
Lines
Olympians,
animated.
you're here because we want the best. And you are it. So, who is ready to make some science?
I am.
Now, you already met one another on the limo ride over, so let me introduce
the
myself.
forest.
I'm
Yes.
Cave Johnson. I own the place. That eager voice you heard is the lovely Carolyn, my assistant. Rest assured, she has transferred your honorarium to the charitable organization of your choice. Isn't that right, Carolyn?
Yes, sir, Mr. Johnson.
She's the backbone of this facility. Pretty as a postcard, too. Sorry, fellas. She's married. To science. Those of you helping us test the repulsion gel today, just follow the blue line on the floor. Those of you who volunteered to be injected with praying mantis DNA, I've got some good news and some bad news. Bad news is we're postponing those tests indefinitely. Good news is we've got a much better test for you. Fighting an army of mantis men. Pick up a rifle and follow the yellow line. You'll know when the test starts.
Holy sh...
Cave Johnson, new owner and CEO of Black Mesa. That's right, you've been bought. First order of business, we're renaming you under the Aperture brand. I'm leaning towards Blapature Mesa. Marketing boys think something else. So, Blapature it is. Next, they tell me you people are conducting some anomalous materials research that could result in a resonance cascade. So, I'm shutting that down before you idiots end the world. A resonance cascade. You're supposed to be scientists. Use some common sense. Just a heads up, we're going to have a superconductor turned up full blast and pointed at you for the duration of this next test. I'll be honest, we're throwing science at the wall here to see what sticks. No idea what it'll do. Probably nothing. Best case scenario, you might get some superpowers. Worst case, some tumors, which we'll cut out. All right, let's get started. All these science spheres are made of asbestos, by the way. Keeps out the rats. Let us know if you feel a shortness of breath, a persistent dry cough, or your heart stopping, because that's not part of the test. That's asbestos. This first test involves something the lab boys call repulsion gel. You're not part of the control group, by the way. You get the gel. Last poor son of a gun got blue paint. All joking aside, that did happen. Broke every bone in his legs. Tragic, but informative. And another hull breach. Let's all give a big hand to the test subjects of Sphere 18 for bravely uncovering the company-wide conspiracy, which is that there's no air in space. Once again, we're in space. It's not a secret. I am sincerely regretting my decision not to install windows in this thing. Attention, test prisoners attempting to escape through the air ducts. I don't know what nonsense you learned on TV, but in real life, air ducts just go to the air conditioning unit. It's also pretty dusty, so if you've got asthma, chances are you're going to die up there. And we'll be smelling it for weeks because, again, the air ducts aren't a secret escape hatch. They're how we ventilate the facility. Will whoever started testing early please go outside so they can be consumed by the cloud? Just a heads up that the cloud's still waiting. I don't think that thing's going to go away, so somebody might want to get out there. No, it came in under the door. It's leaching off all my skin. Ah! Well, looks like we just had to seal up Science Sphere 7, hull breach. Another adventure party smashed through the hull to learn the big mystery. Guess they were busy doing that instead of testing because I've mentioned that we're in space every half hour. By the way, still in space. This thing on? I'm going to be brief because I'm dying. Because I got shivved. A lot. I just want to get it on record that using force fields for doors in a space prison is a bad idea. You know what would have been better? Regular doors with locks. Locks that don't open when the power goes out. Man, those blue force fields look good, though. Every time I saw one, I thought, wow, I am in space. Still, though, a door made out of paper would have been better in the long run. Would have at least slowed him down for a second. Anyway, anybody not escaping or shivving me, get back to work. Oh, in case you got covered in that repulsion gel, here's some advice the lab boys gave me. do not get covered in the repulsion gel. We haven't entirely nailed down what element it is yet, but I'll tell you this, it's a lively one, and it does not like the human skeleton. They say great science is built on the shoulders of giants. Not here. At Aperture, we do all our science from scratch. No hand-holding.
Okay, then.
Sorry.
I punch those numbers into my calculator, it makes a happy face. Bean counter said I couldn't fire a man just for being in a wheelchair. Did it anyway. Ramps are expensive. The point is, if we can store music on a compact disc, why can't we store a man's intelligence and personality on one? So I have the engineers figuring that out now. Brain mapping. Artificial intelligence. We should have been working on it 30 years ago. I will say this, and I'm going to say it on tape so everybody hears it 100 times a day. If I die before you people can pour me into a computer, I want Carolyn to run this place. Now, she'll argue. She'll say she can't. She's modest like that, but you make her. Hell, put her in my computer. I don't care. All right, test's over.
Okay, then.
You can head on back to your desk. Welcome, gentlemen, to Aperture Rituals. Astronauts, war heroes, Olympians, you're here because of an ancient mating ritual etched in a monolith by the elder monks to forestall the end of days. So, who is ready to make love to a giant bird? All right, I've been thinking. When life gives you lemons, don't make
Where is
lemonade.
this
Make
from?
life take the lemons back. Get mad. I don't want your damn lemons. What am I supposed to do with these? Demand to see life's manager. Make life rue the day it thought it could give Cave Johnson lemons. Do you know who I am? I'm the man who's gonna burn your house
Portal
down
2.
with the lemons. I'm gonna get my engineers to invent a combustible lemon that burns your house down.
Some of which I think are extras, not actually in-game.
Cave Johnson here. Just wanted to let you know that after decades of research and testing, we have finally transformed into beings of pure light. Go team. Not exactly what we were after, of course, but in the ballpark. So, let's keep testing, and maybe someday we'll achieve man's ultimate dream to evolve into pillars of pure salt. Can't wait. So salty.
Okay, then. This actually reminds me of something. I thought I'll put. You know what? I'll go to watch it. Let me go back here. But the part about putting the lady into a computer, she becomes Gladys, and the lemons are in game. Oh, okay then. Oh, get that off the screen real quick. I wanna look something up. I think this will be funny. If I do this, will it show up? Yes. Okay. There's a YouTuber that I watch that somebody animated some of their moments into yeah, they animated some of their moments into Gmod stuff, which that reminded me of. So
Counting on you, Mona.
yeah. Here are some of them. It was RT Game. I'll quickly copy this. Oh, RT Game, yeah. We'll just do it in both. Control V. And there's the link to it. He also has an animation of his waste volcano. Yes, he does. The wonderful waste volcano. Okay, I think I have everything. Good. All right. Yeah. I want to watch now these because
Counting
that
on you,
reminded me
Mona.
of it.
Okay, we're in, gang.
I may not seem like it, but I sometimes wish that Santa Claus actually existed. Although if he did, I'd have to arrest him for breaking and entering.
You're going down, Santa. You're not surviving this year. Someone get the brick for Santa. You better watch out.
So, whose heart do you want us to change? A mafia boss.
Oh, there's a mafia.
Mafia?
Yes.
They'll force you to take part in their scams, threaten your family, and ultimately destroy your life.
That sounds amazing, Makoto. I can't wait to meet him. You want to join us, Dad?
Don't you know how busy I am? You guys go have fun.
Dad, there's literally no customers right now. And Sojo's in trouble. What should I do? Brick him.
You heard about the incident with that
yes,
Madarame fellow, I assume?
They said there was a similar calling card to the one used in Mr. Kamoshida's case.
We found a brick at the crime scene. Fundraising unlocked allows you to ask for large amounts of money during negotiations. Yeah, it really is fundraising when you point a gun at them. Thanks, Sanderson. That's a political campaign. Put the money in the bag. I learned this from a politician. Just keep taking money until they fight back. And then we get the experience too. These aren't very good morals. Well, you gotta defeat your enemies, you know? You disagree with someone, they gotta go. Hey, you give me money too.
That won't work right now.
Guess you die.
Screwed up.
Oh no. Quickly, get the brick.
I understand all too well the pain of not being able to remember important details of your life.
Morgana. No one
these
cares.
so much.
Can you turn into a helicopter, Morgana?
No, just a car.
What good are you then? It's worthless to me if you're watching this live stream and you haven't used your Twitch Prime. How dare you be here? The only thing that matters is financial gain. Oh, please do not actually use your Prime. No, stop. No. It was a joke. No. Look how much capital we've gained. Oh no, there's actually a fucking lot of people. Stop. No, no, stop. To the Scrooge-like streamer RT Game, you have given out false promises and destroyed countless lives to fuel your endless thirst for capital. So tonight, the Phantom Thieves of Chat will procure our own fortune by stealing your heart. How did I find out about my capital gains? Tighten security on all fronts. Lock down the chat. Only the tier 3 subs will be able to speak soon.
I love these. Oh, I love these so much. I love these so very much.
I've committed countless crimes on this live stream channel. I've been a psychopath who streams for money. And all the people in chat, I took their Twitch bits and subscriptions. What have I become? The Twitch streamer RT Game reportedly turned himself into the authorities after he was finished his Persona 5 Royal livestream. The Gardaí now are detaining him for custody and rampant tax evasion.
Yeah, I absolutely love these ones.
We seem to be premature spectators.
I guess this is what people call jumping the gum.
What? I don't think that's the expression.
Have you ever seen Good Morning Japan? My father's the director.
I've been brought onto the show as a guest a number of times now.
Okay, no need to fucking brag, right?
I didn't know you knew her as well.
We made a deal.
That's right. He's been offering me guidance lately.
Our bonds are connected now. We've set in motion things which cannot be undone, Akechi.
I just love these.
I know where you live.
I have an idea.
Is that a new face I see?
Oh no, Dad. Oh, you brought home another woman, son.
Futaba-chan, you're in there, right?
Please let us in. Oh, we could just chuck a brick at the door, though. It might work. Oh, hey. How's it going?
Are you okay, Futaba? Who the hell are you? Don't move! You hear me?
Hey, Dad, how you doing?
You? Wait, are you two?
No, Dad, stop being such a Chad. Well, in that case, like, son, why didn't you just say? Don't worry, there's a guest room upstairs if you want some privacy. We got a level 70 persona, Dad. Now, like, the Velvet Room wants a word, and it's like, you taking the fucking piss with this. You're not supposed to have this one. Ryuji's texting. Yeah, we gotta go see Ryuji. Oh, sorry, Yusuke. He's not even gonna see me. I'm gonna, like, teleport out of existence. We jumped out the window to avoid Yusuke. I don't feel good.
House call is gonna cost you, you know.
How much will it be?
Kemi, after everything we've been through.
That was a joke.
Thank you. Just a sore loser hanging out with some lame guys and a funny looking animal. What'd you say? But the lame guys don't care about the animal. It really looks like Johnny's just doing a sick dab every time he kills them. Like the call quality's starting to break up, Wakaba.
Thanks to you, I was able to overcome my crisis these last few months.
Thanks to you, I was able to extort close to 1 million yen from the demons. I've learned the art of negotiation. I've gotten so good at pointing a gun at people's head and asking them to put their money in a bag. Danishiro's back. You can never change my heart. All that matters is money. The only stealing that happens here. It's done by me.
Yeah, I absolutely love these. All right, back to this.
I'll do anything. I'll do whatever it takes to.
Iron. Playing Hearts of Iron. I might try that since I do have it. It might be another thing to do at some point. The most iconic argument ever.
I love cold showers. How did the mirror fog up if you took a cold shower? She said that she loves cold showers, not that she had a cold shower. If she had a cold shower, she would have said so. Even if she does enjoy cold showers, would it not be contradictory for me to say I love mustard and then show a picture of a bottle of ketchup?
Oh, goody.
That is an unrelated hypothetical to the dilemma at hand. To engage with such would be to engage with a fallacy. You can't object on the grounds of relevancy here. The principle of both situations is the same. Each is illustrating the situation to prove that it's deceptive. Are you claiming my client's a liar? I'm simply saying one can see in Exhibit A that she is not above attaching deceptive imagery to her statements. Let the record reflect that you brought up the word liar. My client has already stated that she had bathed in hot water and then in cold water. You failed to consider that both could be the case, yet didn't hesitate to say she's above deceptive imagery. Looking wildly unprofessional there. At no point did she imply that she bathed in hot water. Her statement only implies that her water transitioned from hot to cold. I must say, no shower control system I've ever encountered starts on hot and moves to cold. You failed to consider the possibility that she took a hot shower, disliked it, and then took a cold shower to make up for it. Thus, only enjoying the cold shower. If she knows that she loves cold showers, why on earth would she start with a hot shower? There's no way she'd wait the time required for the water to heat up if she knew she disliked hot showers. Where's it stated that she knew she disliked hot showers? Not only is that information trivial, it's also ignoring the possibility that she wanted to try out a hot shower to see if she still disliked hot showers. If it was hot then cold, wouldn't the cold water have unfogged the mirror? That's not how it works. Yes, it is. The cold would unevaporated. Water in the core. That is enough. The prosecution has a point, but neither side has enough evidence to support their claims. This trial should be postponed until sufficient evidence has been gathered. Adjourned.
Oh god, that was pretty darn funny actually. Okay, and Skyrim, but it's a modern game. Okay. Oh goody.
D, it's me, Lydia. I need you to wake up, D.
Lydia? Where am I? What is this place?
Welcome to Skyrim.
Okay then.
Hey, this fool finally woke.
Hey.
My name's Ralph, and my pronouns are thee, sir, ya dig. You got caught speaking hate speech, right? Same as us. And that is wall over there.
Focus,
Oh,
D.
okay then.
Listen to them talk.
You, Mr. Far Right. I was not speaking hate speech. I was telling the guards my name, and they misheard me. You see, my first name is Nick, second name Gurr. This was all a big misunderstanding. My friend here tried to explain the situation and got roped into this too.
Anytime, Nick.
We all fall right now, homie.
Cool it with the microaggressions back there.
Hey, flick you!
Not trying to kink shame or anything, but what's up with Dave Sam? Why are they gagged?
Shut your ass up, fool! This homie right here is Ja Ulfric, the realest high king in Wall of Skyrim.
Please don't use that word. It belongs to the Dark Elves. It's not your word to use.
I'm talking to the new, ain't I? Plus it's our word, and we reclaiming that slur.
Oh, you silly storm folk. Why are you so racist against all the immigrants the Empire are bringing in to take all our jobs?
Hey, I'm black, so it's impossible for me to be racist. The Empire wants to mix all the races and dilute black people. That's what's racist. And if NY belongs to the Dark Elves, then Skyrim belongs to the black people.
Wow, you spoke and I listened, and I hear you. Lots to think about there. Thank you for educating me and for having such patience. This conversation has truly been a transformative experience, not just for me, but for all involved.
Hey, what are your pronouns anyway, homie?
Caesar. C.R. Caesar.
Happy Red Guard History Month, everyone.
Happy Red Guard.
Okay, then. Oh, yeah. The wonderful amounts of,
Hello, Ellen.
loading screens and stuff.
Us all those Dark Elf refugees. You really helped us reach our diversity quotas.
Hey, that General Tullius is actually kind of cute.
Hell yeah, homie.
Yeah.
He can invade my Black Marsh any day.
Oh,
See that pride
Lord.
flag? See that pride flag? You can
Hold
honor
up.
it by
This
pressing
is
F.
Elgin. I used to be in a polyamorous situationship with a gay transgender Argonian here. I wonder if she's still selling crack to the kids on the streets. Sounds bad, I know, but morals are grayer than a graybeard. Except when it's racism.
Oh, Lord.
See that pride flag? You can
So this is hell.
See that pride flag?
Go inside the house, my gender-neutral offspring.
D, why haven't you honored the flag yet? Do it.
No, it's okay to show you drag shows, but not this.
Slow down, Party.
It's time for another
Hey
vaccine.
everyone, I'll be the one managing your execution.
That headsman is kind of cute too. After I explain this whole misunderstanding and get off the hook, I'm gonna try flirt with him.
Right then.
Show him who's the real headsman. Am I right?
Good luck with that, homie.
Okay.
This ought to be good, except when we get beheaded and whatnot.
Beheaded?
Excuse me, I'd like to speak to the manager, please.
God.
Oh, we got a Karen over here.
I think I'm gonna be
If you don't
sick.
get me the manager,
then.
you're gonna be in very big trouble.
When we call your name and pronouns. Thank you for your cooperation.
What is it with the Empire and they yee ass list?
Ulfric Stormcloak, Jarl of Windhelm, he, him.
You are a real one, Ulfric.
Jesus Christ, they're gonna kill us all.
Stay calm, D. You got this.
Ralph of Riverhood, Caesar.
Yep, that's me.
No. I don't want to die.
Just breathe.
Nick of Rorikstead, Caesar.
Listen to me.
Nick?
This was a huge misunderstanding. I never said the N-word, so I'm gonna leave now.
No,
okay?
no, no,
Bye.
no, no!
Get out of there, D.
Excuse me.
I'm not a racist.
Security!
Hey, handsome.
Oh
Why don't you come a little closer so I can get to know you better?
Hurry, D. Use the auto walk feature to walk to the soldier.
So what's your name?
To unlock the other races, purchase the battle pass.
Ah, yes.
See anything you like? Orcs have been removed from the game, D. No to racism. To unlock the other races, purchase the battle pass. To unlock the other races, purchase the battle pass. To unlock the other races, purchase the battle pass.
Alright then.
To unlock the other races,
I'll be honest,
purchase the
this is
battle
just
pass. To unlock the other races, purchase the battle pass.
I mean, it's kind of funny.
To learn more about the silly reptilian conspiracy theory, please visit Wikipedia.
But, yeah.
Next day, flight more one in my side. house of the lights with my Argonian eye.
This is just a little... I would consider this as just kind of... The joke is funny, but it's too long. I'll be honest.
Looking good, D.
Wow. Interesting choice of name, gender, and race. Girl boss, what should we do? They, them are not on the list.
They did the hate speech, so we're gonna unalive them.
No! Please!
I was thinking the exact same thing, girl boss.
Shit.
The fact that there are games...
It sucks to be you.
They're even without sense until too long is the real point.
King, they just call me Dover King.
Like, so the part that I mean for it being just too long is that the joke is too long. Like, for this being a joke bit, it's just too long for a joke. If they did basically up until, you know, like the 2-minute mark, and just cut the joke there, like that 2-minute 36-second thing, if they would have cut it there, it probably would have not been necessarily too long, but
this is how
doing the entire, basically...
D, it's kind of screwed up how you haven't honored the flag yet.
Opening statement.
Ulfric, you racist bigot. You've oppressed the Empire for too long.
Yeah.
You sub-Argonian inbred natives have been racist to immigrants for the last time.
This is a joke.
Thanks to the
like
Empire's Made program,
I
now have the right to
joke,
assist
it's
you
a sad
in your
reality.
unaliving.
Yeah.
And because you are a bigot, your unaliving is justified.
Yeah.
See that pride flag?
What the hell was that?
See that pride
supposed
flag?
to be Dragon ASMR because it's a little too loud.
Tiagua is nothing. Unalive them all now, please.
I was thinking the exact same thing, General Tullius. Tell them their horoscopes, girlfriend.
Witness the power of one, the power of two, the power of many.
For the love of science, let's get this over with.
Such violent speech. Chop his head off, executioner.
The experts are smiling down on me, Imperials. Can you say the same?
Okay.
Hey, leave him alone.
Seriously, D, I need you to honor the flag now.
I can't breathe.
Please, no!
Don't drop the...
Yes, of course. Good.
No!
Oh my God.
Must not have heard me.
D, this is your final warning. Honor the flag or there will be consequences.
Next up, the...
Lord.
with the...
Blue.
hair.
What the hell was that again?
Honor the freaking flag,
There's
D!
that triggering sound again. Did you hear that?
All I hear is a member of the patriarchy interrupting his oppressed minority superior.
Sorry, girl boss. You and your people have already been through so much. The last thing I would ever want to do is oppress you or anyone else. You there. Time for your beheading.
Damn it!
Hey, D, it's your homeboy Ralph. Where's the white knight when you need him, eh? Nah, don't worry, we're gonna figure this one out. This time I'm gonna speak up real loud so the X-Man hears me. You hear me? Let's just say I'm gonna ask him a question or two. Okay, here goes. 1, 2, don't drop them!
What in astrology is that?
What the?
He's right behind me, isn't he?
It's Adolf Wynn, the straight white dragon! He's trying to kill us all because of the color of our skin!
Go to hell, Adolf Wynn!
He killed 6 million high elves! I read about it in Schindler's Scroll.
I don't need no white knight!
D, run!
Oh, Lord.
Get to a safe space.
Yeah.
Come.
Yes. Yeah, it's a little too long of a joke. I think they can probably get, like, I think 90% of the joke was over at the 2:30 mark, 2-minute 30-second mark. But yeah. All right then. Oh yeah, that is one thing that I gotta try to figure out. Well. All right. Was there anything else that you had that you wanted me to do a reaction to? Yeah, I kind of get that, but I mean, that's only if you actually pay attention to large AAA games. Which, to be fair, I've not watched a large, like I've never, like I've not played any large.
Let me ask you a
games. Yes, more of this. All right. All right. Why is per capita impossible for them?
Question. Let me ask you a question. There are two bags of apples. Bag A has 1,000 apples, 20 of which are poisoned. Bag B has 10 apples, 2 of which are poisoned. Gun to your head, you're forced to eat one apple. From which bag are you choosing? If you chose bag B, congratulations. Your ancestors somehow dodged every form of natural selection since the start of our species.
Yes.
The concept I've just illustrated is per capita, literally meaning per person, or in this case per apple. A very useful tool which allows us to look beyond just raw numbers and actually see what this means for people in practice. The fact that there are 20 poisoned apples in bag A does not mean your chances of being poisoned are higher. Likewise, just because your country's raw GDP is higher doesn't mean your average citizen is richer than in a country with lower GDP. Unfortunately, this 5th grade math tool seems to be too difficult for some. Here's an example.
Listen, everybody always talk about per capita. I know what per capita is.
But in my opinion, per capita is irrelevant. Let me explain why. Even go into the EBT situation. 37% of white Americans are on EBT, while 25% of black Americans are on EBT. Now, with that being said, 37% of white America.
I'm not sure exactly. I'm gonna put the numbers up.
Versus 25% of black America. That's around 10 million. Disregarding per capita, white Americans would be affected more if EBT was cut off. White America benefits off of EBT more. More white people are on EBT.
There are 3 possible explanations for this phenomenon. Option 1. Intellectual limitation. Per capita is not hard, but it does require one layer of abstraction. If their intuition is insufficient and they have to calculate, it would require holding 2 different numbers, dividing them, and interpreting the outcome. This is just too much for some people, especially preschoolers. Now, as fun as it would be for me to end the video here just calling people stupid, that's not the full picture.
No.
Option 2, bias. Perhaps they are able to grasp per capita. They just don't want to in a given situation because it would undermine their argument. Now, this option subdivides. Either the individual is fully aware that he's ignoring per capita and he's doing it out of malice to deceive his audience, or the individual is usually capable of grasping per capita, but when the raw numbers exist that seemingly confirm his preconceived notions, he doesn't think about it. In that case, it's still an intellectual limitation, just not as severe as being unable to understand per capita. We can test if someone's option 2. If someone uses per capita when it helps them, but calls it misleading when it doesn't, that's not confusion, that's selective reasoning.
Yeah. Might I add another stat? White men make up 29% of American population, but commit 71% of the child, you know what, crime?
Option 3. They want to control for other variables. This is the only legitimate objection. Per capita doesn't explain why something happens. It just tells you how common it is. A regular occurrence is wanting to control for poverty when analyzing crime disparities. Be wary though, there's a difference between we need more variables to understand this better and per capita is useless unless it explains everything. The simplest way to discover someone's actually raising a valid argument is if they actually go ahead and try to control for the variables they're citing and present their findings. And if they can explain why those variables are relevant. If they can't, and are just using those variables as excuses to disparage the per capita stat, then they're being dishonest.
Yeah.
When I was a police officer, I noticed that white crime and poverty go together like black crime and poverty. Only difference is gang-related violence, which make black people go up another notch. Right.
Did you catch it? He brought up another variable and pulled a "just trust me." We can pretty easily negate black gang violence. On screen are the actual stats. As you can see, white crime and black crime are actual stats.
13 Okay, I don't quite know what that is.
As you can see, white crime and black crime are not similar, even without gangs. For those of you who have been keeping up with the channel, you know that another YouTuber, Antonio Talks, and I have had a back and forth after he made a quote debunking of one of my videos, where he just showed his inability to interpret statistics, namely per capita.
Which part?
Citing and present their findings, and if they can explain why those variables are relevant. If they can't and are just using those variables as excuses to disparage the per capita stat, then they're being dishonest.
When I was a police officer, I noticed that white crime and poverty go together like black crime and poverty. Only difference is gang-related violence, which make black people go up another notch. Right.
Did you catch it? He brought up another variable and pulled a "just trust me." We can pretty easily negate.
Okay. Total population 13%. Where's 6? Gang-related murders of total murders. Okay. Total murder 9% of that. Total gang murders about 50%. Okay, so out of the total murders, the gang murders are only 9%, and out of that 9%, half of that would be gang, black gang related, I guess. So, half the gang murders are white, half the gang murders are black, basically, is what that would say, or half are non-black, half are black. And then the non-gang related is 51% roughly, so. Okay, I understand that now.
Negate black gang violence. On screen are the actual stats. As you can see, white crime and black crime are not similar, even without gangs. For those of you who have been keeping up with the channel, you know that another YouTuber, Antonio Talks, and I have had a back and forth after he made a quote debunking of one of my videos, where he just showed his inability to interpret statistics, namely per capita. I don't really know which option Antonio falls under. It's definitely not option 3. If I had to guess, he falls under option 2, bias. I think the strongest evidence for this was his strategic choice to cut out almost my entire response video in his rebuttal, starting exactly from where I start talking about statistics, which implies he knows he'd look bad if he showed that to his audience. Per capita isn't an opinion, it's just simple division. Listen, I don't want to bully someone for being mathematically challenged. Everyone has their own unique talents. I hope Antonio finds his, because political commentary is definitely.
Yeah. So only 4.5 of all murders are black gang murders related. Like, clearly isn't the major reason behind black murders. Yeah. Well, the other bit is part of it is also a matter of what I would say is just a matter of culture. Which, to be fair, is getting pretty poor for everybody because, oddly enough, one thing that really needs to be, like, I mean, crime in general is going up, as far as I'm aware, and in my opinion, the reason why is simple. Because if you, there are a bunch of people who don't believe in the 10 Commandments, such as thou shalt not murder, and thou shalt not steal, or thou shalt not give false witness. You know, parts of that which are very important for not getting yourself in criminal trouble. But some people just like to ignore those facts and those statements and decide that they aren't things to live by. Those are definitely a good chunk of it. Well, that's a decent part of it. The other bit is who knows how certain statistics might be switched up a bit. I know that can also occur. I don't know too many of the exact info bits because I haven't recently listened to the stuff. Yep, and the woes of today aren't rooted in the historical turmoil that built America. It's choices made in the last 20-ish years that has led to all crime having more reasons to occur. Somewhat. Part of it is for some of the crime, it's culture. Yeah. Still lower than the violence of the 90s. Yeah. I think a good chunk of things has to do with culture, and that is something that just kind of is not great. I mean, yeah, there's a lot of parts with the culture and who is where, and some people just shouldn't have been where they are. Because the other bit is violence goes up the more times violent people aren't locked up with their first acts of violence. Someone gets caught, mugging someone or trying to rob someone or does something other in that manner violently should really not be out on the street less than a year later. Not without some other elements to warrant it, which most of the time there isn't. The other bit is, you really shouldn't have, by reason of insanity, for a reason not to lock people up, which is one of the dumbest reasons in the US why some people get let off the hook for their crimes, is because they get considered not competent enough to stand trial. Which is the dumbest thing that I have ever heard. Because that means they get considered not smart enough to stand trial, or not capable of understanding what they did in a manner enough to stand trial, and therefore we're just going to let them back out on the streets without doing anything to rectify the fact that they are apparently not bright enough or not knowing enough. With no one harmed, sure, 3 months at most. Repeatedly and hurt folks, 5 years minimum. Yeah. Yeah, like, there definitely needs to be a bit more of it. Like, I think for stealing with no one hurt, I like what one of the... Apparently this is a thing in the Bible, which I haven't read this part of the Bible, so I didn't know that, but there's apparently... In the Bible, there's a bit with the punishment for theft being paying back double the value of what you stole. Which I quite appreciate that way of handling things. You want to steal? Fine, but you'll pay back double. You can't? Well, then you'll be made to work for that money, that value. It certainly makes the incentive to theft much, much lower. But yeah, definitely think that, yeah, any sort of fines at all for any sort of theft should always be higher than the potential amount stolen. So You want to set up, okay, the maximum amount considered for this type of theft. Like, what's, yeah. Yeah, the fine should always be that. Remember the fellow who stabbed the... Yeah, he was charged 11 times prior, but when it came to that trial, he was listed... Oh, my screen went black. As being unfit to stand trial. Yeah, that's the bit. Yeah, if they're unfit to stand trial, then go find him a mental hospital to sit in. Because they're unfit for society, and you can either keep them out of society by in a prison or in a mental hospital. Mental hospital is probably going to be the nicer of the two, but prison can work just as fine. Because there really should be no unfit. The bigger one being he was fit the last 11 times. Why not now? Oh no, the last 11 times, I don't think he was actually, like, locked up enough. Like, the last 11 times might have only gone to, might have only gone to the judge basically going and him getting a plea deal. Because, I don't know if that would have been necessarily a trial. Because one of the things that occurs with the US is that before you get to trial, there's the option of a plea deal. Which basically is saying, yep, he did the crime. He is going to take either a lesser crime to what he did, or basically saying, yeah, I did technically this crime, or a lesser crime that still fits the parameters of the crime, and either doesn't face too much of it or serves for that crime instead. So, in theory, if you did something like, assault with a deadly weapon or whatever, you could take a plea deal and maybe that might go to assault instead, or battery rather than assault with a deadly weapon. And then you can then serve that lower sentence. Again, stupid as all because who knows, I don't know too many of whether or not that was all bench trial or jury trial or whatnot. Because the other bit is, it all depends. Served a 5-year prison sentence for armed robbery, released on parole under 1 year of supervision. Yeah. That's... Yeah. For armed robbery. Okay, then, yeah. Okay, so we did actually at least serve some time for one of the 11 times he was charged. Because the other bit is that you get charged, and then it goes to court, and then it goes to... You can then be charged with something, and then released without it going to a trial. Probably dumb, but... Yeah. There's a lot of elements to the frickin' American justice system that just doesn't work right. But, yeah. Yeah. Either way, it's definitely something where it's like, oof, really not great that that can happen. Really shouldn't happen. But it does, unfortunately. Yeah. 14 actual total arrests. I don't know if I can actually click into that. No, I cannot. Dang it. But yeah. Yeah. So 14 arrests, charged 14 times, which Yeah. Yeah. It's a lot of stuff like that, which just shouldn't occur. Although, part of it also is there's a lot of elements as well, which I can also see why sometimes some people can get quite a few arrests. I know that there's a YouTuber who had done, I think it was 84. I think it was. They had 84 felonies on their record, and they ended up basically getting a basic deal of, all right, here's the amount that you're supposed to end up serving. You will get the option of you will show up to this course for a year, or if you miss a week, you go straight into serving that entire prison time, no other option. You get A or B. If you failed to complete A, you get B. So, in some aspects, there are times, because now that person helps other people with drug addictions. So, it's like, yeah, it's definitely an interesting situation for that. Now, let me move on over to this. Either way, I think I might run. Do I want to run? Yeah, I don't think I'll run it. Yeah. There's definitely quite a lot to it. Just so much. There's so much to stuff. But yeah, there's definitely quite a lot that can end up going wrong. I don't think I'll end up playing anything new, so I think we'll leave it be. I don't know if you have anything that you would that you want me to go check out as well, or if that's gonna be about it. So I think I'll then I think I'll call it the day. And yeah. Alright. Yeah, I think I'm gonna call this stream there. Red Maze? Alright, we'll go raid Red Maze. Alright. Alright. I'd like to say thank you all for coming out and watching. I've been Captain Tundraxis, signing off. Yeah, I will try to do that. I don't know if I still have a voice when I move over to the end screen, so yeah, we'll do War Thunder a bit next time. Hopefully, when I play War Thunder, I'll be able to have a nice, smooth game. The last time I tried to stream it, it was very laggy, so hopefully we do good. Alright. Now with that, thank you all for coming out watching. Time for the rating. Bye-bye.